gross national happiness. Happiness, well-being, economics, government. What do these all have in common? They affect the gross national happiness and the gross domestic product. The limitations of GDP, or gross domestic product, as a measurement of progress includes the fact that it does not make a distinction between GDP made from good development and GDP made from bad development. GDP is a measurement limited to one aspect of economic life, the production of material goods. Its measurement the value of finished goods and service within a country over a specific time frame. This is in turn used to make assumptions of standard of living within that country, with the idea that the higher the per capita amount, the better the standards are. As an economic tool, it makes an assumption that the basic standard of living, which can be different across the social economic spectrum of a nation. GDP does not value natural, human, or social capital, and it does not value free time, leisure, or unpaid work. Additionally, better standard of living do not necessarily equate to better welfare, with the latter effect by a range of factors including but not limited to mental well-being, cultural resilience, and environmental health. Recently, GDP has come under scrutiny as a planning tool, with some decision makers turning instead to the gross national happiness, or GNH, because it focuses on more of the well-being of the citizen rather than economic bottom line. The GNH helps government use their budgets with the aim to increase the welfare of its citizens instead of the national gross domestic product. The saying that money isn't everything applies here. Happiness tells us how well society satisfies the major concern of people's everyday life. What is the gross national happiness, or GHN? It's the idea that happiness is a guiding principle for government. This principle reaches back for centuries to Bhutan, a Buddhist kingdom in the Himalayas eastern edge. In 1729, legal code of Bhutan states the purpose of the government is to provide happiness to its people. If it cannot provide happiness, there is no reason for the government to exist. It is a global indicator of progress which measures both sustainable economics and social development while protecting the environment and culture. The four pillars of the gross national happiness are sustainable and economical, social economic development, environmental conservation, preservation and promotion of culture, and good governance. Sustainable and economical social economic development is the development of economic growth and social progress to be sustainable, not for only the present, but for the future, for coming generation. It combines economic development with protection of the environment and social justice. Environmental conservation. It is the practice of us, humans, to save the environment from collapsing, such as the loss of species, ecosystems due to pollution, and human activities. In these areas, there are three: society, which is standard of living and jobs; environment, natural resources use; economics, which is growth and cost saving. When overlap, they produce social environment, which is conservation policies and global stewardship; environmental economics, which is subsidies, incentives, and green technology; and environmental economics, which is subsidies, incentives, green technology. Social economic aspect is business ethics and fair trade. Preservation and promotion of cultural includes diversity, cultural diversity and resilience, community vitality, time use, and psychological well-being. Good government is a subjective term that describes how public institutions conduct public affairs and manage public resources in the preferred way. Governance is the process of decision making and the process of which decisions are implemented or not implemented. Ways to implement the policies or decisions are by social inclusion, which should be openness, transparency, and integrity; environmental sustainability; performance of orientation; economic development; effective collaboration. Along with the 4 pillars of the GNH, there are also other areas that affect the gross national health of the nation. They include health, education, and living standards.